Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum people. This is your boy Car Kid and this is called the Mercedes Benz G63 G wagon 2020. And if you can see, the Mercedes G wagon was first produced in 1979 and from 1979 to 2020 it's almost the same boxy shape. Big thanks to Dresden Motors. They allow me to review this car. This car belongs to Dresden Motors and you can jump to Dresden Motors and they are one of the biggest dealers of whatever car you name it in UAE. They haven't changed the shape of the G-Wagon from 1979 to 2020, but they keep changing some of the parts to give it a modern look, and there's a lot more difference in the interior of this one and the older version. So let's go and find out what features this G-Wagon got. So guys, starting from the engine, the G-Wagon has a 4.0 liters twin turbocharged V8 engine and it can produce 577 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. Starting from the exterior of the G-Wagon, you can see the G-Wagon 2020 has a new look. The older version have a different grille, different lights, different bumper, and the thing that is common, that is this turn signals. They have it from the older versions to this new one. They try to keep the old things but with the modern looks. Okay, the headlamps, they are changed. They are new with this ring light here. You can't find this thing in the older version, and this is a ring light, the new one. You have a new grille with the new design here. Moving on to the side, it's almost the same as the older version, but a little bit changes in the mirrors, the covers, and you have new rims here, 22-inch wheels, and you have 34 different color options in the G-Class, and what color you select, the price will go higher and higher according to that. You have options in the interior as well and exterior as well. The starting price of this G-Wagon 2020 is $150,000. The base models, it goes up with the options, and in UAE it's 700,000 dirhams, the starting price. But when you buy this much expensive car and you can't open the doors, you don't have sensors on the handles, you have to open them manually like that, or you can unlock the car like that with the remote. You can't unlock it from this handle. So this is something not good in the G-Wagon, as this is an expensive SUV by Mercedes Benz. So guys, next thing I want to tell you something about Mercedes Benz. When you open the door, the G-Wagon especially, you will see a plate here. It's showing Shockle Proven. Have a look. So guys, this a Shockle Proven plate. Let me explain you about this thing. So Shockle is basically a mountain in Austria that every new G-Class have to pass the Shockle test. That is, the G-Class have to climb 1445 meters and it has to run 2000 kilometers to pass that test. So basically this is a Shockle proven Mercedes G-Wagon. So basically every G-Class, the new version, have to go pass the Shockle test, and then only you can get this plate here in the pillar of the G-Wagon. Moving at the back of this G-Wagon, it's almost the same as it was in the older versions. You have fifth tire here at the fifth door, and you don't have exhaust here at the back side. You have exhaust here on the side here, two exhaust on the left and two on the right. Okay, the next thing is, this car is too expensive, but you don't have automatic tailgate. You have to open the gate manually. You have to unlock it and you have to open this door like that, and this door is too heavy. And guys, at the back you have this thing here under the tire. This is a camera cover. When you put the car in the reverse, this camera from here comes out and you can have a rear view of this camera, and you can open this cover manually as well. You have option on the screen. You can open it to clean the camera as well. So guys, this is the infotainment screen. You have option. You can go on the vehicle here and you can go on the assist. You can go in the camera and park assist, and you can open the cover. When you click this thing like that, open the camera cover. So now it's open. You can clean it and you can close it manually as well. So guys, this is the interior of the G class. As you can see, in the older versions you don't have this big screen. You have a gauge cluster and you have a small screen here on the dashboard, and you have a gear lever here. But on this new 2020 model you have a gear lever here and you don't have gear lever here. You have a mouse and different buttons here, and you have this big screen. This is the infotainment screen and this is the gauge cluster. So it's finished with the amazing leather. Have a look at the seats with the diamond stitching on it, and you have a grab handle here. It says stronger than time. You have the grab handle here for the off-road driving, and there's a new dashboard with the stitching on it. You have the air vents here. You have 3 buttons here for the diff lock. You can independently lock your tires according to your requirements, and you have the climate control buttons here. You have the analog clock here. On the doors you have the seat buttons adjustment, and you have the mirror settings here. So when you switch it on, what it shows you on the screen is, this is the start button. Okay, it says AMG, and this is the gauge cluster, and this is the infotainment screen. Okay, so what these buttons says on the central console is, this is a traction, this is the adjustments of your suspension. Actually, you can adjust it to different modes. As you can see, when I change it, when I press it once, it says me sports mode. When you press it twice, it says sports plus, and when you press it again, it comes to the normal mode. These buttons, it actually does, you can change the mode to the manual for manual shifting, and drive mode. See, when I press it, drive and manual. So on the other side you have low range button, and you can adjust the settings here, and this is the camera settings. When you press this, you have different camera views you can have on the screen, and you can control it with this touchpad here. You can change different camera views. The next button here is for the exhaust. When you press this thing, it shows you balanced, powerful, you can hear the noise, and you can select whatever you want. So moving on to the steering wheel, guys, it has a very nice and good steering wheel, and this is a carbon fiber steering wheel, and it's finished with the Dynamica microfiber grips. Like, this is the Dynamica microfiber grip. You have shifting pedals here, and aluminum shifting pedals here, you can see, and you have buttons here on the steering. You can adjust the suspensions as this button here, and you can control it with your steering as well. You can change to drive and manual mode from the steering with the help of this button here. See, it's changing, and you got a button here on the steering on the right side. You can select different modes. You can see when I rotate the button, it is changing to different modes. This is a comfort, this is sports, and it shows you on the gauge cluster as well, in the infotainment screen with your car, and it shows you here on this button as well. So when you change this, it shows you here on the little screen, it shows you here on the gauge cluster, and it shows you here on the infotainment screen as well. And on this button, you can you have a button here and you have a screen here, so you can change actually by pressing this screen. You have now the exhaust settings here, and you can change to the traction control, suspension, and many others, and this one as well. And for this one, the mode control button also you can select by pressing directly. You will go to the individual mode. On the steering, you have these buttons here to control different options. you can scroll and you can control. You can scroll it by touching this pad here, and you can go to all the settings. And interesting thing is you have different gauges in this one. You can go on the design, press it, and you have different gauge clusters here. You have this classic mode, and you have sports mode, and you have progressive mode. So you have 3 types of gauges here. You can select whichever you want. So you can change the gauges with the help of this button here, and you can change it with the infotainment screen with the help of this mouse here. You just have to go to the settings, you have to go to display and style, you have to select design, and you can select classic and other modes of your choice. Another option in the infotainment screen is you can select different volume and sound for your parking assist. So you can go to the settings, you can go to audio, you can go to the active park assist, and this is the warning tone volume and warning tone pitch. So different tones you can select. And you have the ambient light option as well. You have different colors to adjust the ambient lights for your G-Class. So guys, these are the back seats of G-Wagon. When you open the door, you can see a stainless steel door panel here showing you AMG logo on them, and you can find them all on the 4 doors. You have 2 screens behind the front seats for the passengers. Backside you have a good leather seats here, but for a 700,000 dirhams car, you don't have an automatic button to fold the seats for your cargo area. You just have to, so you have to fold the seats in 2 parts. First you have to fold this one, and then you have to fold the upper part. So this is unfair because nowadays you have automatic seats in every SUV. So guys, this is the G-Class. Let's go for a drive and find out how it feels. It's actually, I have driven the older version of the G-Class, and when you sit in the new one, straight away you feel the smoothness, the comfortness in the car. So this is not like the older version of the G-Class. It's powerful. It's powerful. It's 4.0 liters. Twin turbocharged, producing 577 horsepower. You have different options. You can control the gears manually, and okay, this is amazing. It got power, and this is something very, very nice. It's not like the older version. It's very smooth, it's very comfortable, and you have the heated seats option. You have every option, whatever you name it. So the price for the G63 wagon is 150,000 dirhams. You have different options to choose in the interior. You have different options to choose in the exterior. You have 34 different colors to choose, and you can add many things, whatever you want in the G-Class. So this thing is getting better and better. Like as I told you, the older version, it's little hard, and you have like engine sound roaring inside, but this one is super comfortable, man. So guys, this is the G-Class, and you can adjust. Okay, you can feel the power, man. This is amazing. So guys, this is the G-Wagon. Hope you like the video. Keep sharing, keep watching my channel for the new amazing car videos. Peace out.